Brown mountain lights. For over a century, witnesses in North Carolina have reported glowing orbs appearing over Brown Mountain that no natural phenomenon should be able to produce. These lights don't drift aimlessly like swamp gas or distant headlights. They zigzag through the air with purpose, split into multiple orbs, and vanish without warning. Official investigations have tried to explain them away as reflections from car headlights or atmospheric refraction, but there's a problem with that theory. These lights were documented long before automobiles existed, and they appear in areas with no roads, no infrastructure, and no logical light source. Witnesses describe them as responsive, almost intelligent in their movement patterns. Marfa lights. In the remote desert of West Texas, near the town of Marfa, glowing spheres have been appearing for decades. What separates these from typical atmospheric phenomena is their apparent responsiveness to human presence. Move toward them, and they retreat, flash a light in their direction, and witnesses report they sometimes flash back. The official explanation points to automobile headlights refracting through temperature inversions in the desert air, but this theory falls apart under scrutiny. The lights were reported by settlers and indigenous peoples long before cars existed, and they appear in areas far from any roads or human activity. Local residents and researchers have documented these lights extensively, and the patterns are disturbing. They don't behave randomly, they seem to track movement and respond to stimuli. Whether this is an unknown natural process, covert military testing, or something extraterrestrial remains unresolved. Min lights. The Australian outback is home to a phenomenon that has unsettled travelers and locals for centuries. The Min lights are glowing spheres that appear in remote areas. Aboriginal Australians have cultural explanations for these lights, describing them as watchers or spirits tied to the land. Modern witnesses report similar experiences: bright orbs that hover silently, track movement, and vanish without a trace. Scientific explanations involving bioluminescent gases or mirages have been proposed, but they don't account for the consistent tracking behavior. What's particularly troubling is that these lights appear to observe rather than interact. They maintain distance, follow at a steady pace, and disappear when approached too aggressively. Hessdalen lights. In a remote valley in Norway, something has been happening for decades that defies conventional atmospheric science. The Hessdalen lights are structured, bright phenomena that hover in the air, accelerate to extreme speeds, and change direction in ways that shouldn't be possible for natural plasma formations. Unlike most light anomalies, the Hessdalen phenomenon has been studied extensively by scientists who installed permanent monitoring equipment in the valley. They've recorded electromagnetic signatures, captured the lights on video, and measured their physical properties. And after all that research, there's still no definitive explanation. The leading theory involves electromagnetic plasma generated by the valley's unique geology, natural batteries discharging energy into the atmosphere. They move with precision, not randomness, which suggests either an unknown natural process or something deliberately engineered. Phoenix lights. On the evening of March 13, 1997, thousands of people across Arizona witnessed something that should not have been in the sky. A massive V-shaped formation of lights, silent and impossibly large, moved across the state from north to south. This wasn't a handful of witnesses in an isolated location. This was a major metropolitan area with thousands of credible observers, including pilots, police officers, and government officials. The U.S. Air Force eventually attributed the event to flares dropped during a military training exercise, but that explanation doesn't hold up under scrutiny. Flares drift and burn out quickly. These lights maintained formation for hours and covered hundreds of miles. Witnesses described the object as solid, with a defined shape that blocked out stars as it passed overhead. Video footage from multiple locations shows the same structured formation, moving at a consistent speed and altitude. The official narrative has done little to satisfy those who saw it firsthand. Ball lightning. Ball lightning is one of the few electrical phenomena that science acknowledges but cannot replicate or fully explain. Witnesses describe it as a glowing sphere, typically the size of a basketball, that floats through the air and can sometimes pass through solid objects like walls or windows. It appears during thunderstorms, lasts anywhere from a few seconds to several minutes, and then dissipates without leaving physical evidence. Scientists have proposed theories involving ionized gas, electromagnetic fields, or chemical reactions, but none have been proven. It doesn't behave like natural plasma. It moves deliberately, hovers in place, and in some cases, appears to navigate around obstacles. This has led to speculation that ball lightning might not be entirely natural. Taos hum. In the town of Taos, New Mexico, a percentage of the population reports hearing a constant low-frequency hum. It's not loud, but it's persistent, and for those who hear it, it's maddening. The Taos hum is not unique. Similar phenomena have been reported in Bristol and other locations worldwide. What makes it strange is that not everyone can hear it, and recording equipment often fails to capture it. Scientific investigations have ruled out industrial noise, power lines, and natural sources like seismic activity. Some researchers believe it's a form of tinnitus or auditory processing issue, but that doesn't explain why multiple unrelated individuals in the same area report the same sound. Conspiracy theories point to classified communication systems, underground military installations, or extraterrestrial monitoring technology. The fact that the hum is selective, heard by some but not others, has fueled speculation about frequency-based targeting or experimental broadcasting. Sky trumpets. Over the past 2 decades, people across the globe have recorded strange, loud sounds coming from the sky. These aren't thunder or aircraft noise. They're described as metallic, horn-like tones that resonate for minutes at a time. The phenomenon is known as sky trumpets, and it's been documented on every continent. Some recordings have been analyzed by audio engineers, and the consensus is that the sounds are real, but that doesn't explain what's causing them. Official explanations point to atmospheric acoustic ducting, sound waves from industrial activity trapped in layers of the atmosphere and traveling long distances. Alternative theories include geological stress, atmospheric resonance, or deliberate broadcasting from an unknown source. Seneca guns. Along the eastern coast of the United States, residents have reported hearing unexplained booming sounds for centuries. Known as Seneca guns, these sounds resemble distant thunder or artillery fire, but they occur on clear days with no storms and no military activity in the area. Theories have included small earthquakes, meteors entering the atmosphere, and offshore gas releases from the ocean floor, but none of these fully explain the phenomenon. The booms are too consistent, too localized, and too frequent to be random natural events. In recent years, they've been correlated with increased UFO sightings along the coast, which has added fuel to speculation about covert testing or extraterrestrial activity. Some researchers believe the sounds are acoustic signatures of hypersonic aircraft or classified propulsion systems being tested over the ocean. Others think they're geological in origin, tied to tectonic stress or underwater volcanic activity. La Zona del Silencio. In the Chihuahua Desert of northern Mexico, there's a region where radio signals fail, compasses spin erratically, and electronic devices malfunction. Known as La Zona del Silencio, or the Zone of Silence, this area has become a focal point for UFO researchers and conspiracy theorists. The zone is geologically unique, with high concentrations of magnetite and other ferrous minerals, which could explain some of the electromagnetic interference. But that doesn't explain the disproportionately high number of meteorite impacts in the region, or the frequent reports of unidentified lights and craft. Witnesses describe seeing glowing orbs, disc-shaped objects, and sudden atmospheric disturbances. Some researchers believe the zone is a natural magnetic anomaly that attracts meteors and disrupts electronics. Others think it's a testing ground for advanced technology or a site of extraterrestrial interest. Skinwalker Ranch. Located in Utah, Skinwalker Ranch is one of the most intensively studied paranormal sites in the world. Electromagnetic disturbances, glowing orbs, sudden equipment failures, and other unexplained phenomena occur here with such frequency that the US government has funded research at the location. The ranch sits on a geologically unusual area, which might explain some of the electromagnetic anomalies. Defense contractors have conducted studies, and the findings remain largely classified. Some researchers believe the ranch is a hotspot for interdimensional activity or advanced surveillance technology. Mount Shasta. Mount Shasta in Northern California has a long history of strange reports. Witnesses describe glowing lights moving through clouds around the mountain, sudden weather changes, and dense fog that appears without warning. The mountain is also the center of persistent rumors about underground facilities or extraterrestrial bases. Geologically, Mount Shasta is an active volcano on a major fault line, which could explain some atmospheric disturbances. But what about the lights and the reports of humanoid figures? Those are harder to dismiss. Sedona vortex sites. Sedona is known for its so-called vortex sites, locations where people claim to feel unusual sensations tied to magnetic or energetic fields. These sites also coincide with frequent UFO sightings and reports of unidentified lights in the sky. Geologists have found no unusual magnetic properties in Sedona, but that hasn't stopped thousands of visitors from reporting experiences. Equipment malfunctions, sudden weather changes, and sightings of structured craft are common. Some believe the vortex sites are nodes in a larger energy grid, either natural or artificial. Others think they're markers left by an advanced civilization. Potomsky Crater. Deep in the forests of Siberia lies the Potomsky Crater, a massive dome-shaped structure with no clear origin. It's not a meteor impact. There's no impact debris. It's not volcanic. There's no lava or ejecta. It's just there, and no one knows why. Theories range from underground gas explosions to meteor airbursts, but none fully explain the crater's shape, composition, or lack of surrounding damage. Some researchers believe it's evidence of an ancient energy release, possibly from a crashed object or underground detonation. Bridgewater Triangle. The Bridgewater Triangle in Massachusetts is a region with an unusually high concentration of anomalous events. UFO sightings, glowing orbs, electromagnetic disturbances, and unexplained animal behavior all occur here more frequently than statistical averages would predict. There's no obvious geological or atmospheric explanation. The area isn't particularly unique in terms of terrain or mineral composition, yet the reports persist. Some researchers believe it's a natural anomaly, a place where the Earth's magnetic field behaves unpredictably. Others think it's a window, a thin spot between dimensions or realities. Oakville Blobs. In August 1994, residents of Oakville, Washington, woke to find a gelatinous substance covering their town. It had fallen during a rainstorm, coating cars, sidewalks, and buildings. Some who came into contact with it reported flu-like symptoms. Samples were sent to labs, but results were inconsistent and contradictory. Some tests indicated the presence of human white blood cells, which shouldn't be possible in atmospheric precipitation. Other tests found nothing unusual. The official explanation was vague, possibly jellyfish remnants carried by air currents, but that didn't satisfy residents. Theories ranged from bioweapon testing to waste dumping by aircraft. Red Rain of Kerala. In 2001, red-colored rain fell over parts of Kerala. Initial explanations blamed it on dust or pollution, but microscopic analysis revealed something unexpected: cell-like structures with no identifiable DNA. This would appear biologically impossible for any known Earth-based organism. Some researchers proposed that these cells were extraterrestrial microorganisms brought to Earth by a comet or meteorite fragment, though no terrestrial match has been found. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.